Hi guys, this is a warm-up that I recommend for leading into really any format, multi-format, cardio strength, core, any of those, except for maybe yoga. Yoga seems to be generally speaking, has its own kind of warm-up sequence. But one of the things I like about this is that it's actually an adapted set of rotator rehab exercises, rotator cuff rehab exercises. So the idea here is to minimize the joint stress and thoroughly warm up and lubricate the shoulder joint compartment, and that'll help you reduce your risk of injury when you go into the more aggressive format. So I'm going to start off on the stationary bike, but you can do this marching in place. More challenging is to do it, say, on a recumbent bike. Even more challenging to try to do it on a treadmill. Contact me if you're thinking about doing that. I have some suggestions. I've even done it on my elliptical trainer, but that's really tricky with balance and it takes some practice. But anyway, so set the tension so that you can do about 60 RPMs. If you don't have a readout, it's really easy to just kind of notice how often is my knee coming up. Is it about 1 per second or greater? That's what it is. That's fine. In a modest march in place at first. After the first minute or two, if you're marching in place, you can break into a light jog in place, but don't go too aggressive with the lower body. Okay, so the starting movement is, and I'm going to do each for a minute. Starting movement is push-pull. So what I want you to do is keep the movements very fluid. Don't go fast. You won't have to go fast. The fluidity is what, and the continuity is what's going to get your heart rate up. More importantly, we're going to get the shoulder joint opened up symmetrically, gradually. Okay, so this is about 30 seconds. We've got 30 seconds more. I will tell you that if you're very strong, you're welcome to hold 1 pound dumbbells or even 2 pound dumbbells. Going higher than that, regardless of how strong you are, that might make the deltoid fatigue the boundary on this particular sequence. So I graduated a few years ago from 1 pound dumbbells to 2 pound dumbbells, but I definitely feel it in the shoulder fatigue at the end of the warm-up circuit. Big deep breaths. Try not to go any faster than I'm modeling right now. Believe me, it'll build up. Second movement pattern, arm circle. So you want to have the arms the hands creating a circle about the size of a bicycle tire. I go 15 seconds forward and 15 seconds back. You don't have to be precise with that. 4 or 5 circles if you're going about this pace, and I don't recommend going any faster than that. What you don't want is inertia. You want very controlled fluid movements. This is going to make it more effective and safer. And forward again. So this is my third 15-second block of my second transition. I'm trying to keep the arms as long and keep the shoulder joint as opened up as possible going through this. Notice I sped up a little bit. That happens sort of subconsciously. And now this is the last 15 seconds of the arm circle minute. Try to center the circle right at the shoulder joint. So you're going as far up as you're going down, as far forward as you're going back. Okay, third pattern, scissor arms. Don't swing and drop. Don't bend the elbows. Keep the elbows nice and straight, even if you can't get the upper arm all the way up. A lot of times, lats are a little bit tight, rear delts are a little bit tight, and so some people can't get their arms all the way up. That's okay, but try to keep the elbows as straight as you can and try to go as high as you can. Notice I'm trying to pass the hands right about collarbone level in both directions. And again, I'm trying to keep the cadence as even as possible. Passing the hands at a consistent point will help to even out that cadence. We've got about 20 seconds left in this. Sometimes people will just gradually start to speed up, start to swing the arms a little bit. Be very mindful about that because you'll get a lot less out of the warm-up and it'll be less effective at opening up that joint compartment so that you're less likely to get any impingement or aggravate any rotator cuff or labrum injuries. Okay, and then finally, snow angels. Now, I know my frame is cut off here just a little bit, but notice I am not bending the elbows on this sweep. A lot of times people will speed up, kind of bend their elbows towards the top. No, keep those arms nice and straight. Every inch the same speed as every other inch. Now in this last minute, I feel like I can speed up a little bit with my pedaling, but I'm keeping total focus on keeping the cadence of the arms very, very even throughout. Keep the rib cage high, chin in and crown high. Maintain that good posture. And then again, this lasts 20 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and pick up the pace on the pedaling a little bit. And I'm going to pick up the pace on the arm sweeps too, but notice not at the expense of the fluidity. I'm not swinging and dropping. Very controlled movements even as I speed up. Now I'm in very good shape, but here at the end of the 4 minutes, I'm a little bit, I'd say my exertion level on a scale of 1 to 10 is at least a 6.5 to a 7.5. And most importantly, my body core temperature is up. Circulation has increased. The shoulder joint compartment feels very, very loose and opened up. So that is your warm-up.